So thank you all for joining. This is the NJThrives Small Business Webinars. So these are weekly webinars and they're for small business owners like you. We try to help start, grow, and thrive. And it's all brought to you by the NJSBDC. I'm your host, Christian Pichardo, NJSBDC Specialty Consultant and CEO at nilumamedia.com. So the NJSBDC, we're basically a statewide program powered by the SBA partners. We help small businesses in New Jersey with three things. One, no-cost small business consulting. Two, training and events starting at $0. And three, exclusive small business resources. So that being said, our agenda for today, as always, is going to be, we're going to go through some small business headlines, the webinar, and then towards the end, we'll have a little Q&A session. So as far as small business headlines, we are happy to announce that it is our 45th anniversary at the NJSBDC. So it's been 45 years since 1977 that we've been helping thousands and thousands of small businesses in New Jersey. So this little page here will give you a little background and what we've been able to do. You'll see here that in just 2020 and 2021 alone, we've been able to save and retain 34,000 plus jobs, open 600 plus new businesses, help businesses get over 200 million in funding, and we've been able to generate about 4 billion in tax revenue for the state. So what we've done in the past year or so, we created a podcast just in our efforts to create more resources for our small businesses in New Jersey. So that's called the Not So Small Business Podcast. And our CEO and State Director, Kelly Brosnia, and Small Business Edge CEO, Brian Moran, are the hosts. And two, we've developed the Capital Team, which is a specialized team of consultants that we created to help small businesses get funding. And yeah, so the celebration is going to happen later on this year. I don't want to give you too many details. More details are to come. So stay tuned. Our second headline here. This is from the U.S. Department of Labor. They are urging covered federal contractors to register for the OFCCP's contractor portal. Covered federal contractors and subcontractors must use this portal to certify on an annual basis whether they have developed and maintained an AAP for each establishment or unit as applicable. So the registration began 2 days ago, February 1st. They're advising to have it completed by March 30th. So all these links, by the way, we drop into the chat, just so you know. Next one here is I Fund Women. So it doesn't seem to have too much information here, but I would join the wait list. So I'm assuming this is a funding opportunity. And if you are a woman-owned business, it'll probably fit you better. There is a wait list here. We'll drop the link down there. You know, the more information, the better. When it comes to small business, you never know where a new grant, a new loan, a new opportunity is going to come from. So there you go. The title here is they're launching a new product to drive revenue to women in business services. And then the last one here is just a little reminder for businesses to update your minimum wage. So effective January 1st, minimum wage is now $13 an hour. I remember when I was a kid, $7 an hour. 725, I think it was. It's already basically doubled. But yeah, remember to update that. As far as people who are on tips, minimum is $5.13. So yeah, just a little reminder to stay within state law. With that said, those are the small business headlines. Things to keep in mind for this webinar. Type in your questions into the Q&A box. You'll see a bunch of buttons on the bottom of your Zoom screen. One of them says Q&A. You can ask questions there as yourself or anonymously. And number 2 is complete a 3-minute survey. So once this webinar closes out, you're going to get automatically redirected to a survey. It takes 3 minutes to fill out. I've timed it myself. And once you fill out the survey, you're going to get the webinar recording and materials. And now I'd like to welcome John E. Harmon. He is the founder, president, and CEO at the African American Chamber of Commerce in New Jersey. How are you, John?
Hey, Christian, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good.
Well, I tell you, I was very impressed with the presentation that you share with all that's with us today. And congratulations on your 45th anniversary.
Thank you.
You still look relatively young. You've be at this for so long, but there are many businesses across the state that depend on your organization to provide resources and a system in terms of executing their business plans, models, and contributing to their success. So we all owe your organization a great debt for the work you do. So we're grateful to have a relationship with you. So we're celebrating 15 years.
Nice.
You know,
congrats. Yeah.
So we've been at this 15 years. I founded this organization 15 years ago, 2007. And prior to that, I had the pleasure of being the president of the Metro Trenton African American Chamber of Commerce for 10 years and one of the founding members of that group. And this June, I'll be celebrating 25 years as a chamber executive. So before we go through the slides, I just want to lay a little foundation about New Jersey and Black people. And in part is why we established the organization. But in our great state, there's 1.2 million Blacks, over 80,000 Black businesses. If you looked at New Jersey from a balance sheet perspective, you will find that we meaning Black people, reside heavily on the liability side of the state's balance sheet with our high unemployment, poverty. In most communities where there's a high concentration of Blacks, the poverty is probably somewhere between 20 and 30%. Median income is low. Home ownership is between 35 and 37%. Our net worth is $5,900 versus $315,000 for whites. So I'll stop there. You can start rolling the slides and I'll move to them real quick because I'd love to have some questions for the audience. Let's go back to the first slide. Let me just speak to that a little bit. I guess it's throughout. So I mentioned that, the next slide, I'm sorry. I mentioned that we are in this game now 15 years. I've been around 25 years. We are accredited. We are the only accredited chamber in New Jersey with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is the largest business federation in the world. There are 141 chambers in New Jersey. And so we're very proud of that. And what that says is that we're audited annually. We have policies and procedures. We have governance. And we have a staff of 13 people, men and women that come to work every day seeking to help those who invest in our mission. Next slide. We have partnerships with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, as I mentioned. I serve on the board of the U.S. Chamber. Also, I'm the former chairman of the National Black Chamber of Commerce. So what's important about that statement is that we are engaged in commerce as it relates to mainstream America and Black America. And from those relationships, we're able to get best practices and connect to resources that we disseminate and share with our members. So we're always at the top of our game, knowing what's trending, what's relevant, and what's more importantly, what could help businesses be more successful. Next, or our members in this case. You know, I'm really excited about, you know, not only our accreditation, but things are starting to loosen up a little bit here in New Jersey. And so we can do what we do best, and that is engage people with networking opportunity. You know, I talked about our accreditation, but this is a unique group of folks. There's only 3% of all chambers nationally that are accredited. So we wear this badge of honor proudly. Next. This is our board of directors. We have 2 boards. This is the group that provide the governance, the checks and balances of the organization. We talk about policy strategy. We talk about programming for our members. And so we have a very distinguished group of professionals that help us every day. Help me. Now, this is who I report to. I know folks think that I do what I want to do. I'm my own boss, but you know, everybody's accountable to somebody. And these men and women help me be the best I can be every day. Next group. Next slide. I'm sorry. This is our foundation board, and we're going to have some new additions added to this board shortly. So stay tuned for some announcements. But you know, when you see foundation board, you tend to think, well, that's about fundraising. Well, yes, but their role is to help us connect with corporations around the state of New Jersey, talk about supplier diversity, talk about putting Blacks on boards, talk about job, career opportunities, corporate investment in underperforming communities. And Eric Larson is the incoming chair of this board. He's senior vice president of Northfield Bank. And I don't want to steal the thunder by telling you some of the new additions, but we have a very impressive group that's going to be announced soon to expand the representation on this board. Next. We have 13 folks here. This is a quick snapshot of some of the folks that are part of the staff that help make the sausage every day. I'm nothing without these people. We have a very talented group of men and women, but largely women, because women, I believe, are a lot smarter than men, and women make the world go round. So we're very pleased to have, you go to the next slide. And a couple guys here. And so we're going to be updating this portrait of people very soon. So stay tuned for that. But these folks are amazing. Quick snapshot of some of the President's Club members. This is about, I guess, 60, 70 companies that I interface with personally. I manage this group. Mary Griffin, our vice president, works alongside of me, and we do this very well. And there's some new additions to this group that we'll be announcing soon. Next. You know, our value proposition, we focus on small businesses, corporations, and government. At the end of the day, we are your partner for success. You know, some folks have lobbyists, athletes, and entertainers, have business agents. You have the African American Chamber of Commerce as your strategic partner for success. And you don't have to be African American to be a member. That slide just decimated that myth, that slide you just looked at. There are African-American companies there, and then there are non-African-American companies. We're all working together to improve the economic standing for Blacks in New Jersey. We're an advocate for access to public policy, private sector opportunities. We have our own training and development institute where we work with our members to provide training. We're eligible training provider for the state of New Jersey. For several years, we managed the financial services talent network for the state of New Jersey, connecting job seekers with the financial services industry. We host events. Our database, we shoot out e-blasts twice a week to about 10,000 people. Our website gets about 150,000 visits monthly. We have our own radio show and TV show. I don't think there's any chamber in the state that has both, and those platforms are available to our members to showcase them. We work to provide capacity building strategies with our members every day. We similarly with corporations and with government. Next slide. Again, these are a number of things that we do every day to help contribute to the success of our members. We onboard members. We have a one-on-one engagement with members to level set on expectations. It's about us delivering value to you for what you want to accomplish. At the bottom, you'll see that if you're a member of our chamber, you're also a member of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. That's a benefit that we negotiated, and that's something we're very proud of. We have member discounts that are offered from our members to other members. Again, lunch and learn activities. We bring members in, bring speakers before them. Now we're doing a lot of that by way of webinars, technical assistance, and working in partnership with groups like SBDC and others. We're trying to make sure that our members are successful every day. Next slide. Resources and opportunities and information is what we're all about. We're connecting members to the resources, opportunities, and information with the ultimate goal to contribute to their success. Next. Marketing opportunities. We advertise on the website. We have the radio show. Talked about a weekly e-blast. We profile our members, quarterly roundtables with our members, workshops. There's a lot we do to make sure that our members are getting a return on their investment. And trust me, for the baseline cost of being members, this is a significant value for your investment. And so we often challenge members. Our job is to position you for success. And it's your job to meet us there to help get you a return on investment. Manna is not going to fall out of the sky because you're a member of the chamber. Doesn't mean that opportunities are going to come to you. We position you for opportunities, and we make introductions through our regular engagement. We help figure it out together. Next slide. Each month, I have a call into the president, where the members, we're on a kind of a Zoom format, and I'm updating them on what's going on with the chamber, and we're taking questions. Again, we are committed to your success. We operate on all social media platforms, and I talked about the email hits, and so this is your chamber. Yeah, it's the African American Chamber of Commerce in New Jersey, but this is the members' chamber that we work every day to deliver value for our members. It's all about our members and giving them a return on their investment. Next. I mentioned that access to government. Yeah, let's stop here. For the youth, we have several programs. We have a first group program. We started in 2014. And since we've been in this COVID environment, we've kind of put that on pause. But I would say between 2014 and 2019, we have distributed over 500,000 books the kids from K to 12 across the state, and many of them, it's their first book. We have a coding program. We have a leadership program in 4 communities across the state of New Jersey, where we take high school students 1 month out of the, one day out of the month, we spend a full day with them. We have entrepreneurship programs and job placement programs for ex-offenders. We have a bonding program. We went to the legislature under the Christie administration, and now it's being run under the Murphy administration. As I said, we're an advocate for our members. We went to the state and we said that if there's a requirement for public contracts over $200,000 that you have a bond, the state needs to have a program to support that, right? As of today, 1 to 3% of Blacks have public contracts with the state. That's abysmal. But through this bonding initiative, we hope to change that. So we don't want to be just, making an indictment without having a solution. So to date, in the last 3 years, we have now delivered $44 million in bonding for small businesses. So now those men and women could work with the state or a local municipality or county government on a public contract. Customized training, I said we're an eligible training provider with the state. Small business development programs, we have a ton of them. Next slide, and we'll get into a little more specifics. I talked about the training and development. We'll go to the next slide. So here we go. We have what we call the Equitable Small Business Initiative. We stood that up a little over a year ago at the height of COVID. We've raised $7 million that we have in a pool with the New Jersey Community Capital. And we use that money to make microloans, loans up to about $75,000. If you need a larger loan, we can do that as well. We have over 25 financial services institutions that are members of the chamber. So in addition to this fund, we can leverage capital through that partnership. We've run a number of free workshops. We're running one right now with PSCNG. We kicked it off on the 31st. The next session is the 8th, and then the next one is the 15th of February from 6 to 8. This is a free resource that we make available to our members in partnership with PSCNG. We'll probably do 2 or 3 of them this year. And folks that are on today, this is a free opportunity for you to register to participate. We will welcome your participation. Next. Here it is, monthly webinars, signature events, partnership with community, leadership and professional development, technical assistance. Through this Equitable Small Business Initiative, we have 3 employees that staff and run that initiative. And so we're doing very well with it. We've made several loans. During the PPP time, we advocate on behalf of those businesses and working in partnership with the statewide Hispanic Chamber, my friend Carlos Medina. We saw a number of businesses. I think we had about 800 businesses that we dealt with, connecting them with banks to get PPP money. It was very successful. I don't know how many hundreds that Carlos did, but working with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, we were very effective in getting capital businesses, a number of them, and some of them have decided to join the chamber as a result of that. Next. We have an annual calendar of events. On the 17th of this month is our 15th anniversary celebration, Black Tie Gala that we're going to be doing at the Venetian up in Garfield. Our registration right now is approaching 350 people that are confirmed that will be in attendance. We're very excited about that. We do a State of Black New Jersey annual event where we talk about the underperformance. We invite our legislators to be a part of panel discussions in various state agencies to figure out how we can resolve some of these issues, the underperformance. We do a Women's Who Empower Awards event. That's great. Our golf classic this year is going to be in July at Fiddler's Elbow. We do our Business Leadership Conference. This is all about supply diversity in September. Our corporate awards events, October. Our year-end event, Nielsen normally comes and does a presentation on the $1.4 trillion that Blacks spend in America every day. We just held this in December over at the McCoon's up there in Orange. It was great. We hosted a number of health forums in partnership with our healthcare systems. Robert Wood Johnson, Hackensack Meridian, Jefferson, Virtual. They're all members here, and we leverage that network. Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield are members here, so we can talk about the chronic diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease. We can talk about the social determinants of health, home, housing, transportation. You know, we're trying to help New Jersey be more competitive by strengthening the underperforming sectors of our state. And in partnership with the SBDC, I think we're making a difference. So every month, your chamber is doing something throughout the state. Next. I talked about the Gala. The president of King University is going to be our keynote this year. We had, many of you might remember the Black Farmers Discrimination Bill. John Boyd, who's the president of the National Black Farmers, is going to be recognized this year. This guy lobbied for 30 years in the Capitol in Washington. Then finally, under President Obama, they got a bill passed where the Black farmers receive some monies for that discrimination. It's a great event, a lot of fun. We're going to have a band there, going to have a DJ, networking for about 90 minutes from 6 to 7:30. So a great opportunity to network before the noise starts.
but John, let's talk about the important thing. Is there going to be food and drinks?
Christian, there'll be plenty of food and plenty of liquor. Yes. So you guys should come and take part. There'll be plenty of food, plenty adult beverages, and a lot of fun. But you need to register because they're trying to close it down. Next, I see Joby's putting a note in about the Setaside Program. Yes, we have our own building here in Trenton, 5,500 square feet. We own this building. This is your building. If you have a meeting, you want to host a meeting in your building, small gatherings, if you're a member, we can figure that out. We have parking for maybe 100 and some odd cars behind our building. So we have the largest parking for a private business in this area. So these are all member benefits that you can take advantage of. Next. That might be it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
So yeah, Joby, longtime partner with us, and we're looking to do even more with those guys up in Essex County. They're members. The Hudson County is a member. Mercer County is a member. We have a great partnership with the county executives across the state. So I'll take some questions. I know I've been talking a lot, but this is what I do every day. I love what I do. The staff loves what they do, and they're always excited to help members. So awesome. If you're not a member, it's an opportunity to join today.
Yeah, so let's get into questions, guys. Remember, there is a button on the bottom of your Zoom screen. It's going to have Q&A, and you could plug in your questions there. You can ask it as yourself or anonymously. We do have some questions in. Let's see. So Kimmy asks, if we are already state certified, minority women business enterprise, do we need to recertify with new portal? Is that a good question for you, or I
Well,
think,
I think that's a question for you, but nonetheless,
yeah,
certifications expire at a certain time, so you would have to re-register. Yes.
yeah, Kimmy, so register with the chamber or register with the NJSBDC so we can help you figure that out.
Well, no problem. I see the next question. What's interesting is if we're all business people trying to help businesses, why we got to be anonymous, right? If we're trying to figure out, we've shown our hand. This is who we are. Let's. But anyway, nonetheless, there's a question about capacity building strategies, and I gave an example of the programs that we do in partnership with the SBDC, the programs that we're offering with through PSCNG. The bonding program is I would say, a capacity building strategy, because you get an opportunity to really do a deep dive into your finances, your business model. We talk about risk mitigation. What type of insurance coverage do you have? We talked about scheduling a project and how you execute that project. We talked about succession planning. We talked about access to capital. All these things help you build capacity. If you're in business and you don't have a good banking relationship, your ability to grow will be minimized. If you don't have a good accounting relationship or attorney relationship, we talk about in our bonding technical assistance program, we review contracts and understanding what's in a contract and understanding what your obligations are to that contract are all what we call capacity building strategies. Dr. Quincy B says, can you touch on underperforming sectors? And mentioned barriers to entry for smart. Okay. Yeah, these are great questions. So underperforming sectors, when I talk about the Blacks in particular having the highest poverty, median income, a net worth at $5,900 versus $315,000 for whites. Blacks only receiving 1 to 3% of public contracts. So clearly you're going to underperform because you're not getting an equitable share of opportunities. So that thus meaning you're going to have some underperformance. So how can you partner with a chamber and others who could help you get in a better place so that your business is stronger, so that your business is more recession-proof? What I mean by that, having a diversification of customers. If you're overly dependent on one type of customer, if that should dry up, that's going to create some potential problems for you. So we work through those strategies with our members to try to help get them in a better place. And so that's how we help startups as well. I talked about technical assistance, but we really lean a lot on the SBDC to help in some cases with startups and some of our partners throughout the various counties. But if you're a business, the prerequisite is, are you serious about being in business? And if you are, we're your partner for success. Veteran businesses, we help them as well. We help all businesses, Black, white, Hispanic, women. It doesn't matter. If you're a business and you're serious about doing business, we're here to help you. Is there a Passaic County office? No, but we have members in Passaic County. We're hosting our program, leadership program for high school students in Patterson. So I believe that's a part of that Passaic area of Passaic County. I'll throw it back to you, Christian. You can ask the questions. I'm jumping all over the place.
Yeah, no worries. So Veronica asks, where can you find the radio program that you guys
So
have?
if you go to AACCNJ.com, there should be information on the radio show. The
Awesome.
radio show airs every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. AM, 9:20 a.m., but also on ESPNNewJersey.com. So we are, if you have access to the internet, you can pick it up anywhere, not only in New Jersey, but anywhere that has access to the internet.
Do you host that one?
I host it monthly, and the show is primarily for members. And in some instances, if a member cancels or a member's not available, we bring on non-members, but this is a member benefit, and Lord knows I try to keep it to members. How do you become a member? AACCNJ.com. You can go right on the website. And we are set up as a 501c3 organization. So there is some tax benefits to being a member of our organization. Everything you do, because our mission is advocacy and education and support, is subject to a tax benefit. You can talk to your accountant about that, but that's the kind of unique nuance with our organization. Most chambers are 501c6, which means that you can deduct business expenses, but not get the full benefit of a tax-exempt organization. That's a little known Black history fact. I'm sharing Black History Month.
That's right. It is Black History Month.
You can join, brothers. Join the day.
Yeah, someone's asking here if there's a Bergen County office or local members. I'm assuming you have members everywhere.
We do have members across the state, over 800 members, but we do have an office in Newark. We have an office in Trenton. We have an office in Camden. And we're in the process of opening up another office. I'm not going to tell you where until we get it done. But we have those offices right now across the state.
So we're getting a lot of questions in the chat on how to join. So again, guys, go to AACCNJ.com, AACCNJ.com. All right, so we have a question here where it says, kindly shed more light on the modus operandi of the bond support.
So the bonding program, let me give you an example. I said earlier, in New Jersey, if you get a public contract with the state of New Jersey, with, let's say, the city of Newark, Patterson, or with the county of Essex County, in the state of New Jersey, if that contract is over $200,000, you need a bond. And the bond is, in essence, an insurance instrument. So that is the guarantee, let's say the state of New Jersey, that up to $200,000, you will perform this contract. If for some reason you have a hiccup and you fall short of doing what you're supposed to do on that job, the state could call your bond and take that insurance and fund another contractor to finish the job. What the bond does for you as a business owner, it shows that you are a credible business, that you're in good standing, and because you have a bond, you're more bankable. And so if you say, I'm a bonded business, people are more inclined to want to work with you because they see that bond as a seal of approval saying that, you know, you're good business.
Awesome. We have a question here by Juanita. She asks, how can I get a procurement list and employee funding?
Yeah, I don't know what she means by a procurement list, but what we do, as we get opportunities from corporations or state, county, municipal government, we share that with our members. We share with our members for opportunities that we get. We share that with them. And we also invite folks in to talk to them about opportunities and employee funding. I don't know what that means.
Juanita, I would suggest to either register with the chamber, register with the NJSBDC, so a consultant can speak to you about specifically what you need for your business.
Yeah, it'd be good.
And, we have a question on tax benefits, so I think we answered that a little bit already. Anonymous asks, you mentioned micro loans. Do you also have grants? Again, what is the amount of these micro loans that you offer? And if you have any links to them.
Yeah, so that information can be found on the Chamber's website, but the micro loans start as low as $10,000 and go up from there. We don't have grants. When we do, some of our corporations have given us grants and we've made them available to our members. Some of the banks have given us grants over the years, and we make them available to our members. So the chamber per se does not have grants, but we do facilitate some of those resources when they come available through our many partners. But occasionally they do. But membership has its privileges.
Yeah, and I think that's a good segue into this question, I think. Do you provide special offers for members during the year?
The short answer is yes. There's always something going on. But the way we work membership is 12 months from when you join. So it's not an annual calendar. So if you join the month of February, your anniversary will be next February. If you join in March, and so on and so forth. For example, there's always member discounts on all our events. So the Gala, I believe, is like a $50 discount for a member versus a non-member. We're always trying to find a way to give member value. But the short answer, Yolanda, is yes, there's always member benefits that we have, and we share them as we get them.
I have a quick question on being a member, from your experience and your members, the ones who take action, who take advantage of the resources that are around them. What do you recommend when someone becomes a member? What should they do? How do they, get incorporated into the chamber, make sure that they're reaching all the resources that they can?
I think that's an excellent question. What we do is when you join the chamber, and immediately you get a letter from us, and then we look to engage you from the outset to find out who you are and what you want, right? And now folks are joining online, but before, when we used to get just checks in the mail, before we deposited that check, we would reach out to that person to get some level set on expectations. We track you as a member, so we know every event you've come to, we know every piece of mail we've sent you or every inquiry. So at the end of the year, we could tell who's potentially gonna join and who's not because of their participation or lack of participation. Our retention rate is very high. We're probably right around 90%. So we're very good and with that. But every day we are trying the best we can to engage our members. And sometimes there's a lot of information that goes out, and we get that. And so now we give you a calendar of what days, what types of information will be disseminated throughout the week. So you can pick and choose if I'm interested in this or I'm interested in that. So we're trying our best every day to make sure that it works for the members as well.
Awesome. So I see some questions in the Q&A section that are more specific to your particular business. Again, if it's specific to your business, I would advise you to register with either organization and get on a one-on-one call so we can help you out. Let's see. All right. Anonymous asks if we could share the link for the grants. So we should have all the links in the chat for the I Fund Women. I don't believe that's a grant though. It was some type of opportunity if you're a woman-owned service-based business. All right. Anonymous asks, let's see. We have a lot of financial support for lower income areas. Those of us minorities that want to open a business in a higher income area where there is not much aid to help minority businesses, what do you suggest for us to help us open up with challenges like this? Is there legislation that you know of, to aid minority business in their town?
Well, I think it's a great question. I would start with the county. I would start with your county and share with them your business model, your business plan, and what you're looking to do. You saw Joby from the Essex County. You have folks in Hudson County, you have Mercer County, but we engage with them all the time, and they're trying to figure it out for small businesses every day. So it doesn't have to be an urban county. There's other counties, but the same response applies. I would start with the county, and then from there you can talk with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. You can talk with the New Jersey Redevelopment Authority. You can talk with the Business Action Center. These are all resources that are free of folks who are trying to help you figure out your business model.
Yeah. And again, there's tons and tons of resources out there, and both our organizations know about these resources. So if you register and talk to someone from either of our organizations, we'll be able to point you in the right direction. So you don't have to do the hard work and research all these things yourself. You'll have a team around you of some sort by joining our organizations to help you do that. So Melissa put the hammer down. How much is the membership?
Well, if she goes to the website, there's information on membership, different levels of membership, but it's all there. I think the baseline starts about $450. That's the baseline. Melissa, we'd love to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
What type of business do you have?
Yeah. Awesome. And you said baseline 415, that's for the year, right? And it includes all these benefits, right?
Yes. The businesses that are articulated, yes.
All right. So Cardwell asks, he has two businesses. Both are under the real estate heading. I'm going to assume real estate industry. Do I have to join as two separate businesses?
Well, it depends. Cardwell knows me. He can give me a call. I can answer that question for him. He's a great guy, by the way. Very, very knowledgeable about real estate. Next.
Awesome. Any more questions? I believe the ones that we have here, we've answered a little bit. If you have specific questions to your business, please register with our organization for help. Cardwell says, thank you, John.
That's my man. He's sharp. If you need an appraisal done, you need an opinion, you're dealing with a divorce or a death, and you might need an evaluation on your property. He knows. He's very good. So you should reach out to Cardwell. He could definitely help you.
All right. We're in the last 10 minutes here. Please put in your questions here. Look, John is a very busy person. It was already hard to get him on this presentation. You probably won't get an opportunity to ask him a question in the future. So we advise you to put it in the Q&A just in case.
Yes, and Mark Hill, he's the veteran. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. We have a number of veterans that are members of the chamber. Absolutely.
Caroline asks, is the membership fee yearly or monthly?
It's an annual membership.
Perfect. Yearly. That sounds good to me. All right. Any more questions? Let me go into the chat. Let's see if anyone has anything in here. Veronica asks, where do I start? So again, the website,
That's
right,
it.
John?
That's it. And she could always make an inquiry at info@AACCNJ.com, and someone will get back to you. But the website, there's a lot of information there on the website, a lot of examples and showcasing of the members and benefits, et cetera. I'd be hard pressed if that could answer most of your questions right from the site.
Do you have a phone number that you guys?
Yeah, 609-571-1620. 609-571-1620.
All right, perfect. So there you have it. I just put the website and the email into the chat, guys. Make sure you save that. Let's see. Nicole asks, I'm a woman in Camden, New Jersey, and currently a startup for wearable technology designs. Do you have one-on-one business development for technology?
Well, we may have somebody that we can connect her to. We have a number of folks that are in that space. So, I need a little more information than that, but, we'll vet it out. If we can help, we'll help. If we can't, we'll tell you. Let me say this. We're not in the business of just taking people's money. We don't do that, right? We want serious business people who want to be successful. If you're serious, we're your partner. But we're not just in this game to be, trying to get a gazillion amount of members and just taking people's money. We don't do that. As I said, we're an accredited organization. We have many restaurants as members. I'm sorry, Christian, we have some member restaurants. Many is a relative term, but we do have some.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Enrique asks, we're the only minority women-owned contact center in Atlantic County. We're working with City Hall and CRDA for funding, need help securing contracts. So again, specific questions like this, I would register with our organizations. If we don't have the answers, we know where to point you to get the answers. So no matter what, we're probably the resources that you're going to want to have in at your disposal.
Yeah, and I see the question from Mr. Lewis. Is there counseling prior to joining the chamber? That counseling is a relative term. If you want to have a conversation to find out if there's a fit, yes, but counseling to me sounds like there's an ongoing relationship. We'd be glad to respond to you, Mr. Lewis. You can send your inquiry in, and we'll get back to you and see if we can't help figure this out together. But we'd love to have the opportunity.
Bonna's asking, do you also assist or connect businesses with government funding?
Well, I think that's your lane, Christian.
Yeah, we do. So we actually have a capital team. So it's a team that we've put together internally at the NJSBDC, made up of finance experts, and basically we help you prepare your business to get funding, and we help you find the funding, whether it's a loan or grant. So connect with us. There are minimum requirements to talk to a capital team member. So the first step would be to register with the SBDC in your county. We'll put links for that in the chat. Anthony asks, I'm trying to open up a Black-owned beauty supply store in Atlantic City, New Jersey. What can your organization help me in opening up the store?
Well, I would suggest you start with Christian, and I'm sure you got an SBDC in that area, and help work through a business plan first to see if your business is feasible. And then, once you get that stood up, then we can figure it out from there. But that would be my suggestion, Chris.
Yeah. So Anthony, if we help startups, we help you with business planning. So reach out to the NJSBDC. Just go to njsbdc.com. Around the end of this presentation, I'll give you some links that you can use. All right. So I think many of the remaining questions are a little specific. So I'm going to put a link into the chat for everyone. It's going to be njsbdc.com/request-counseling. That is the link you want to use to register for help with your business, whether you want to start up a business, grow your business. We have services for that. And we have resources like the African American Chamber of Commerce that also have more resources. So no matter what you need, we got you. All right, we're getting thank yous. Thank you, John. All right, so we're in the last stretch. Do you have any final words, John?
Well, Christian, I want to thank you and all the great folks over there, Kelly and others, for affording us this opportunity to chat with you today. As I said, I've been in the Chamber of Commerce business for 25 years. We have grown to have a staff of 13 people here. And I think with the exception of 1 or 2, everyone's full-time. And so that gives us the capacity to serve you. We have a servant attitude. We're very passionate about every member. We're trying each and every day to find solutions and connect you with resources and opportunities and information to contribute to your success. I will assure you that this is a good investment, and it's not about charity, it's about helping you.
Oh, it seems we lost the connection with John, but I think we're good. Everyone is aware that the African American Chamber of Commerce, where to find it. If you have any more questions about that, put them in the chat right now. So we're going to go ahead and close this up without Mr. John. So next week. Oh, there he is.
Hey, Christian.
There we are. I was just about to close it up, but you came back.
Yeah, I had to go to my fallback position. My system started to update. I must have had it on a timer, my mistake. But no, I just want to thank everyone for the opportunity. We're here to add value to your business model. And all we ask that you give us an opportunity to contribute to your success. I thank you. AACCNJ.com for additional information. We're here to help you be successful.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much, Mr. Harmon. So yeah, guys, to close this up, next week for NJThrives, we have on Tuesday, we have Beverly joining us. She's going to be letting us know how we could change depression and stress during crisis. And I don't know about you, but I've definitely felt some of that during these difficult times. So she's going to help us how to give us a better mental health and well-being. And then on Thursday, this one's actually myself. I haven't presented in NJThrives, I think, for a year. So this is exciting. I'm going to show you how to start marketing your small business. So there's a lot of little things I'm going to share with you on this one that I think are very cool, that I think are working this year. So yeah, to get the links for that, go ahead and point your camera at the QR code on the right. You just have to point it. You don't have to take a picture. Once you point it, there should be a link that pops up. Go ahead and click that link and you'll be able to find all of our upcoming events, including these two next week. And with that being said, we're the NJSBDC. We've helped over 13,000 small businesses. We help with no-cost small business consulting, training and events starting at $0, exclusive small business resources. Again, the links to everything, our social media, our website, our events are going to be at the QR code on the right there. But if you just want to register, go ahead to njsbdc.com/request-counseling. That's all, everyone. I want to thank you, John, again for joining us, and I'll see everyone next week.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.